First Man is a drama film and is directed by Damien Chazelle and stars Ryan Gosling and Claire Foy. And the film tells the personal life of Neil Armstrong in the lead up to the legendary Apollo 11 mission. Yeah, this didn't particularly wow me. And to be honest, before this film was even released, I wasn't excited for it, and I really should have, because this is directed by Damien Chazelle and his last two films were phenomenal. I still found this to be a great movie, but by no means is this film a masterpiece like Whiplash and La La Land. The best thing I can say about this film is it's fantastic, but by no means will it go down as one of the greatest films of all time. I'll get into what worked first. Ryan Gosling, as always, on point. He just cannot deliver a bad performance. He gives such subtle acting, it's deeply powerful. The story itself I found very engaging, which roughly spanned 8 years. I do think it kept jumping in between each year a little bit too fast, but I thought they told the right amount of story in each of those years. Another thing I appreciate about this film is its practicality. I was so glad that they didn't go the full CGI route. One of the highlights of the film for me was a sequence near the end of the film where the pod was landing on the moon. This sequence was breathtaking. The musical score and the use of close-ups added a lot. And this is one of the very few scenes that I felt invested in. And with that, I now get into what didn't work. And like I just said, there was only a few amount of scenes where I felt invested in the film. The rest I really struggled to get into. And with this film being based on a true story, I was ready to let my emotions just be blown away, but it never happened. The scenes that take place on Earth weren't the most exciting to watch, and it was in these scenes that the pacing kind of slowed down. But when the characters were trying to get into space, those were the most exciting scenes in the film. Overall, to me, this kind of felt like a step back for Damien Chazelle, because with Whiplash and La La Land, Damien Chazelle was just establishing himself as a brand new auteur, and his directing career up until this point has involved music. And I hate saying this, but I didn't feel any of his style in this film, and this felt like a movie that could have been directed by anybody. The impression I'm giving might sound like I'm going to give this a low score. Not at all. I still found this film to be great, and a lot of the good stuff outweighed the bad stuff. It's just, for me, this was kind of a letdown, and this just wasn't exciting as Damien Chazelle's previous films. But I would still recommend this film for Ryan Gosling's always on-point performance, the entire Apollo 11 sequence, and its story. Even though there are a few flaws, the story was still the most solid thing about the film. And I'm going to give First Man an 8.5 out of 10. Thank you so much for watching. If you like what you see, be sure to like my Facebook page, follow me on Twitter, and subscribe to my channel below. As always, I'm NETX5. Thank you for watching.